Hey guys, welcome back. Today I just wanted to talk about some new makeup releases that are either coming up or have just recently released and whether or not I'm interested in them. I've got quite a few to talk about, so let's do this. Alright, so I'm gonna just scooch over here so that pictures can go up over here, and I think I'm going to take the glasses off because there's going to be too much reflection and I'm going to be too worried about that happening. I don't want it to be distracting. So let's dive into it. First up, Jaclyn Hill and Morphe have collaborated again. Shocking, I know. This is a brush set. There are 3 different brush sets. I'm just going to show the overall, the largest one, which has all the brushes included in it. This beast is $165 US. That's a lot of coin for what are meant to be affordable brushes. I am not going to be picking this up. That is far too much money for what it is. $165 US for any brushes, frankly, is a little bit too rich for my blood. And I've used Morphe brushes in the past. By and large, I don't really like them. I have a few that I do enjoy. I do like this one. This is the MB23. It's just a nice soft blending brush, but over the course of the years I have replaced pretty much all of the Morphe brushes that I did have because I do find that they shed, that they can be quite scratchy, and that I just prefer other brushes over them. So for me to purchase a $165 set is just not going to happen. Alright, what are we going to talk about next? Let's talk, so I've got them on my phone here. Let's talk Urban Decay, because they are pumping out the palettes lately and I think they need to pump the brakes. So first of all, they're discontinuing the Naked palette. Or are they? I have very strong suspicions that they are going to release a replacement Naked palette, and it's going to infuriate me because they are pushing the sales of these Naked palettes hardcore. They're advertising the shit out of the fact that they are canceling or discontinuing this palette and really pushing us to buy it before it's gone, cashing in on that whole nostalgia, all of that kind of thing. And I think they're going to release something in its place, and I'm going to be very pissed off on behalf of the people who have then gone and spent their money on the original Naked only for a replacement to come out. What I do know is that while that is in the works, they've released 3 other palettes, or at least their upcoming releases. So the first one up here is the Naked Cherry, and honestly, it just kind of looks like a kicked up Naked 3, to be honest. I'm very reluctant about purchasing a new Naked palette of any sort sight unseen. To me, Urban Decay is hit or miss. I really enjoy their Born to Run palette, really dislike the Naked 3. Same brand, different formulation. So for me to want to put money towards a larger palette like this, I'm going to have to swatch it in stores for myself to see whether or not I like the pigmentation and the performance of it. What I can say is the colors are up my alley. I have green eyes. I really enjoy using pinks and purples, anything in that sort of category, because it really amps up the color of my eyes. So this is the color scheme that would work for me. Having said that, I have these shades, so it's not on my must-buy list, although I'm not completely turned off of it. This is the Aphrodisiac palette. I do like that Urban Decay. I do like that Urban Decay is releasing some of these smaller palettes. They had the Mini Heat, or the Heatlit, or Heat-ish. I don't know what the hell it was called. The small version of the Naked Heat palette. So I like that. I am in full support of mini palettes. However, again, I have these shades. I have these shades in spades. I really don't see anything revolutionary about this or anything that really sucks me in. There's nothing of particular intrigue to me, so it'll be a pass for me. Finally, I don't know how I feel about this, man. There's the Urban Decay Elements palette. I see what they're going for. I kind of get it. It's going to be a mix of like shimmers and mattes and iridescent and all sorts of stuff going on here. A wide range of colors, but for me, I think it's the circular layout. It just, my brain doesn't like, I like linear. I like lines, I like colors lined up. I think I'm a little anal retentive in that sense, but something about this just doesn't look intuitive to me with all these colors all over the place, and I don't like it. When I look at it, I see a lot of pops of color. I don't see a lot of looks, if that makes sense. Again, if I put my fingers in it and swatch it and it's mind-blowingly amazing, that will probably change my tune, but as of now, I'm not super excited about this and I have no intentions of picking it up. Makeup Geek is going to be releasing 4 new shades, or has released them. I did order these, so I am excited about those. I want to see Makeup Geek do something new. I feel like they've kind of stagnated, and even with their recent releases, it's sort of 4 shades at a time. The Power Pigments that they put out, I think there was 10 of those, but I really want to see them do something new. Bring out some concealers, bring out highlighters, do something new. I know that there's been a lot of focus on getting the brand into Target, all of that kind of thing. I'm a huge Makeup Geek fan. I have a ton of their shadows, and I think they are consistent across the board. So the formulation is there, but now I want to see them take it to the next level. Release something new, shake it up a little bit, and breathe some more life back into the brand. Let's talk relatively briefly about Pat McGrath. So there is another Mothership palette coming out. The packaging on this, stunning, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. I don't need this. This is going to be about 170 Canadian. It's 125 US. I do not need to spend that much money on any palette, frankly. And looking at this one, the first 6 shades on the left, I don't need those. I've got a ton of those shades. So there's 4 semi-unique colors in here. I am not going to spend over $100 for 4 shadows. And frankly, I have, you can see it right up there, I have one of the Pat McGrath, the smaller ones. I think there's 6 shades in there. They're nice, but honestly, you're paying for the name and you're paying for the packaging, in my opinion. Granted, the name and the packaging are pretty freaking impressive, both of them. But that's a lot of money for shadows that I really don't need. The red is gorgeous. If it was sold as a single, I would pick that up, but I'm not going to be buying this palette. I apologize in advance if I get sassy over this one. The fuck is this? This is from Surratt Beauty. It is a sponge tip applicator. It is a $35 sponge tip applicator. When I get palettes from the drugstore that have sponge tip applicators in them, I typically throw those out or give them to my daughter. Had I known that I was sitting on a fucking gold mine of sponge, I would have kept them all, marketed them myself. Normally I would say, I don't mean any offense to anybody who is interested in this, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I don't care if I offend you. If you are interested in a $35 tiny piece of sponge on the end of a stick, you are part of the problem. This product offends me, and I don't see Surratt Beauty being too upset about that. So if you're super jazzed about this, sorry, not sorry. I think you're a little bit silly. Okay, let's move on. Holiday releases. Trend Mood has put up 2 pictures of 2 of the Too Faced. There's a lot of 2 in there. The Too Faced Christmas palettes. Here's one of them. I like the swans. I do. But the shades just don't really speak to me. Yeah. And frankly, the Too Faced holiday palettes are often a little bit lackluster just in terms of their performance. So I'd be very reluctant to purchase this because they typically are at a fairly high price point and I don't like the performance of them. So it's not something that I'm like anticipating. Like I don't look forward to the release photos of their palettes because I typically just don't even want to buy them. Here is the other one. This is going to be the Christmas Dreams palette. And again, they're very safe in terms of their shade selection. The only one in here that intrigues me is that bottom left shade. Baby, it's, I'm guessing, cold outside. I can't read the rest of it. Other than that, it really just doesn't do it for me. Again, I love the packaging. Little bunnies are cute as fuck, but these shadows just don't do it for me. And 42 US is going to be 55 Canadian for this palette, and no thanks. Let's round it out with my favorite brand, Tarte. I pick on Tarte all the time. I don't actually dislike Tarte. I just want better for them, better from them. I think they can do it. But if they would spend as much time and innovation on their shade selections as they do on their packaging, I would be all on board. This pineapple thing, for example, it's a random choice, but whatever, I like pineapple. But it's a Tarte lip palette with a couple extra shades thrown in. It's not practical, first of all, from a storage perspective. I can get past that because it's cute. I can get past that. But the shades, that's all I got to say. It just does not bring anything new to the table, in my opinion. So with the exception of like the green and the blue, but that's 2 shadows out of however many are in here, I'm not counting it. And then their other palette, if I can find it, Sweet Escape Collector Set. Here it is. Now I'm not sure if this is going to be an Ulta exclusive or not. Again, I'm getting my information from Trend Mood, and it says at Ulta Beauty, this is what we're going to see on our vanities, blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking it might be. But again, packaging, A+. But look at the packaging. There are sequins. There's gold, there's blue, there's pink. And then you look inside the palette and it's a Tarte lip palette with a couple extra shades thrown in. Replicate your packaging on the inside. If you're gonna like tease us with reflective metallic pink and blue and gold, put those shadows in. Just a thought. I mean, I'm just here to make suggestions. But there's a turquoise in there that looks pretty. I got nothing else to say. If you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, right? And let's end on a positive note. This is an upcoming palette release from Blush Tribe. This is going to be the Fall Fusion palette, and I am all on board. I have a few Blush Tribe palettes, and I have another one en route to me now. They perform so well. So well. I'm definitely, I'll be picking this up. I can pretty much guarantee that at this point. The shades, I think, are beautiful. That yellow really speaks to me. That whole row with the yellow, orange, and sort of reddish tone. There's going to be 2 shimmers. The rest are all mattes. I have no doubt that the shimmers are going to knock it out of the park, and that the mattes are going to be pigmented and easily blendable. So I'm very excited for this one. If you haven't checked out Blush Tribe, definitely do it. They're based in the UK. At least here in Canada, there's free shipping to us. Yay. And the price point is very fair for what you're getting. So those are some new items that are coming up and my thoughts on them. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Sound off down below. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.